So what does web content look like that's been written around a keyword phrase? Well, it comes in many different forms, and what I've got up on my screen now is one example of that. I searched for the term credit card consolidation loans, and this is one of the pages that was ranked quite low down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the Chrome search box and have a look on this page for the term credit card consolidation loans. And if we scroll down, there's a form here at the top, and then we get to the content on the page, and this shows that this term has been used 5 times on the page, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then further down here as this title down here, credit card consolidation loans. So have a look at the content itself. It's got a header. Let's just check whether that is a header or whether it's just bolded text. Okay, that's an H1 header. Let's have a look at those other instances. That one is just a bolded text. That is just the text normal, and that one is just bolded text again. And then down further down, this one here is an H1 header again with some formatting through CSS. Okay, let's close that Chrome tools and we go back up to the content and actually read it. The title, credit card consolidation loans. Then it says you can get up to $1,000 wired directly into your bank account. Do you have an unexpected bill due? No problem. Need cash for an emergency? No worries. You need a payday loan today, but you don't have your next paycheck until a week. Apply now for the money you need. And then all on its own, credit card consolidation loans. And then we have another paragraph which finishes off with search tag credit card consolidation loans down here. And then don't waste any time in seeking a payday loan that will help you help when you need it most. Apply right away. Start resolving your problems today, and tomorrow you'll become prosperous. And then again, all on its own, credit card consolidation loans. So this has clearly been written around the term credit card consolidation loans. Now, it gets worse than that for this particular website, because look at the actual URL. It's credit.card.consolidation.loans.approve in 5 minutes. Now, this person has set up this complicated subdomain on this main domain of approve in 5 minutes, and look what happens if we take off the word credit from the top and hit the return button. It actually loads as a new website. And let me go back to, I've actually opened it up in another window so we can keep it open. Let's go back to the previous one, credit card consolidation loans. If we click over to the card consolidation loans, watch this text here, and if we move it to the same place on the screen, there we go, look between the two. It's exactly the same. The only difference is that this word has been swapped out. Card consolidation loans has been swapped out for credit card consolidation loans. So it's just a word or a phrase on the page which is changing. And we take it even further. Let's have a look at consolidation loans. And if you compare that to the other pages, that content is identical again. It's just that keyword phrase that's been switched in. And the other subdomain is loans, which you can see again, it's identical except the word loans has been swapped out. So this content is pretty useless. In fact, this is using some sort of script, because I can type in anything here, hit return and let it load, and you'll see now we have the website testicles.approve in 5 minutes, and if we scroll down we can see the title testicles, and then we have the word testicles. It'll be 5 times, because that's how many times this particular script has inserted it. So this is an example, an extreme example of content that is written around a keyword phrase and is totally useless, because it doesn't matter what the term is there, it's just a single word that changes, and this content is supposed to be valid for pretty much any piece of content on this website, or any keyword phrase on this website that this site is targeting. It will just have a subdomain for that particular keyword phrase, and it will be the exact same content. Okay, here's another example of an article that has been written to really just emphasize the keyword phrase, and that keyword phrase is this one here that you can see in this title. If we do a search of this content for that keyword phrase, you can see that in this short paragraph here it's found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Now this is a really badly done example of this because the content itself doesn't actually make any sense whatsoever. They've just put in some content for the sake of padding out the word count, and then just inserted this phrase pretty much randomly in amongst that content. So let's see, acai berry colon cleanse weight loss, and then if you read the content, we succumb 4 to 6 generations of other sports a suggestion, but this is fourth born with knowledge, and so on. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So this is a piece of content that not only is absolute rubbish, but also is spammy of the highest order, and it's not surprising that I think Google have actually got rid of it from the index now. But let's have a look at a piece of content that is actually written a little better, and the content is perhaps a little less obvious that there's any keyword stuffing going on, or the fact that the article is written around a keyword phrase. And the keyword phrase here is room addition. Now I'm sure the phrase room addition probably means something to builders. For people like me, I would think that adding a room is probably a better way of saying it, but let's just have a quick look. So this is about home design software. Let's say you're planning a room addition. Did you know that you already possess the talents which allow you to calculate a comfortable size for the room addition? Sounds a little bit strange the way it's written, and I'm sure that it would be a much better opening sentence or two if he hadn't repeated the word room addition twice. If we go down a little bit further, the word is only used 3 times on the page. But if we look at this last occurrence of it, if you have a fairly modern computer with sufficient memory, there are many affordable computer design programs that will draw your planned room addition. And again, we're using that phrase room addition, and I couldn't really work out why an article would use that word over and over again, unless it is a typical phrase that's used. But even so, this having it twice in the opening paragraph is a bit strange. It just doesn't read quite right. If we go over to the Google keyword tool and we search for room addition, then I think we can see why this article has that word in 3 times, and it reads a little bit strange because there's a high monthly search volume, 49,500, and the payout, this is in euros, so in dollars that would be something like $3.50 or $3.60, so it's a high cost per click. And some sites, this is what I was saying at the beginning, that some sites pick the keywords based on those that have high demand and low competition, but there's high demand and there's good potential profitability with that keyword phrase. So that would be an example of an article for me that was written around that keyword phrase. Okay, we'll take one more example here, and again it's not a really obvious example of it, but this domain is buypomegranatejuice.com, and the opening title is Buy Pomegranate Juice. So let's just paste in that phrase, and we can see that the phrase occurs 6 times on the page. It occurs here in the opening menu, Buy Pomegranate Juice online. We've got Buy Pomegranate Juice as, I assume, an H1 header. In fact, no, that's a hyperlink. Let's just close that. That's a hyperlink to this page, which in itself is quite a spammy thing to do. Having any link that points to yourself, especially an opening header there. Let's go back and look at the other occurrences here of the phrase order today for a healthier tomorrow, buy pomegranate juice. Now that buy pomegranate juice is just there on its own, it doesn't really flow with the rest of that header, and also it's got a link back to the same page again. Let me just have a quick look at that with the Google Chrome tools. Okay, that is actually inside an H2 header, so it is an opportunity here that they've taken to try to optimize that phrase for, make it more pronounced, make it more important in the eyes of Google. Let's just go down again, and here we've got a closing paragraph. Please note, freshly squeezed on the packs means that product was made from fresh and ripe pomegranates and not from concentrate. Freshly squeezed doesn't make a claim that pomegranate juice was made recently by pomegranate juice. Again, it's just stuck there on its own. It's also bolded text, another attempt at optimizing for this phrase. And then if we look down the bottom, we've got two more occurrences right at the very bottom, by pomegranate juice, and it's not even hyperlinked to anything. It's just the phrase pomegranate juice online, another phrase I presume that they want to rank for, and where to buy pomegranate juice, again another phrase they're probably trying to rank for, pomegranate juice suppliers. So this page has been clearly optimized for by pomegranate juice. If we just have a quick look at the page source, I'd also expect to see the meta tags of this site. Let's look for the description. Okay, the description here, buy pomegranate juice online. There's that phrase. If we look at the meta keywords, we've got buy pomegranate juice as the main keyword, where to buy pomegranate juice, which contains buy pomegranate juice,